the trip, guys. It was fun. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. We watched UFC 305, and that's where we're going to get into episode 79. Welcome back. It's been so long. It's been too long, matter of fact. We were last year for our predictions.
Guys, the last couple of weeks with the pod, we've been a little bit iffy on.
We just haven't had a night to do it.
We just haven't had a time. Like, we've been messed up with the times because, like, I was working Saturdays, you was working Saturdays, and, like, I would be home too late Saturday, and then, like, shit was just, like, unfortunate with our schedules, and then, like, with starting school up again, the time was just being annoying. So,
work.
Guys, we're officially back to announce that we are going to be potting mostly every week, unless it's literally
night,
like dry as hell or one of us are sick or something. Every Saturday night, we're back.
This is my idea. Since we can't really on actual fight nights, right? We can't really predict. We can't react because it's just going to be too late to set up the whole podcast after a fight night. On the walk to 7-Eleven, we take the vlog.
That'd be fun.
Have Connor record us just walking to 7-Eleven for like a little 5-minute segment of immediate reactions to the fights, not in the studio. At 1 a.m. probably after the fights, we'll flip on the camera while we walk to go grab some food, the post-fight food. And or maybe we could just post up at talk about it.
I'm down.
And keep walking.
Yeah, guys. So. We have a lot of stuff, cool guys. We're really excited to do pod Saturday. And, let's say there's a lot of news. Maybe we can't get a pod down. Like I said, me and Matt are going to try and meet together every Saturday. Maybe we make a video. Maybe we do a game night. Maybe we do something cool on the channel for you guys that involves fighting and all that stuff. Maybe the post-fight videos. But, yeah, guys, so last week we were at a trip. You guys know.
2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks ago now.
In real life,
wow. Yeah. 2 weeks ago now we had the UFC 305, so we'll talk a little bit about that, some of the big fights, some of the big moments that happened. What really stands out to you from 305 besides the main event? And
besides the main event, I think we could officially say
Dan Hooker's back.
No, I don't think he's fully back, and we'll get into that. But Tai Tuivasa, man, it was a good run. It's a good run, man. I think the Tai Tuivasa hype. It might have been over the last fight, but this fight definitely just put an exclamation point on Tai Tuivasa is done. And I'm honestly sad. Like, Jari's no Rosa's truth. That was
It's just another
That
situation.
was a winnable fight for Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa 2 years ago would have won that.
Well, we're so close to seeing...
Right?
I agree. We were so close to seeing John Jones versus Tai Tuivasa. We got as close as to Tai Tuivasa dropping Gun and not dropping him bad as well. So
really bad.
Tai, he was still as bad as he is. Okay, sounds so fucked, but as not skilled as he is, he was one of the guys in the heavyweight division that people were afraid of. Man, once he knocked out Derek Lewis, I was like, oh shit. But what happened after he knocked out Derek Lewis? Man, he got a little too high in those rankings, and the skill gap just because he had that fight with Volkov.
That's just how heavyweight is, bro.
And man,
it happened to Sergei Pavlovich.
When you got a standard stand and bang Tai Tuivasa heavyweight coming against these newer, more technical heavyweights that we see in Ghana and fighters like Volkov, Aspinall. The truth is, it's like feeding the new pack wolves. They're going to get spanked. Dude. They're going to get whooped. Maybe they have that one puncher's chance, like a fight. I mean, we saw him drop Ghana, but man. Tai Tuivasa done at the top. I feel like he unfortunately got shoved up the rankings a little too quick because he was getting popular and whatnot. And heavyweight wasn't really that big, right? I mean, you beat one guy, you're already plus 5 spots in the rankings. But yeah, man, sad to see. I wanted to see another Shuey. I'm sure we will. Just not right now. And, I think they got to give him...
I got to say a couple things about heavyweight.
They got to give him a complete nobody,
Right? So, obviously, Tai Tuivasa, he's had a very tough skid. I think a similar... fashion. This is all going to tie in when I'm done. Sergei Pavlovich, right?
Ooh.
He has 6 first-round knockouts in a row. Beating up the we'll call him underclassmen of the heavyweight division, right? As soon as he gets Aspinall, boom, knocked out. Although, it was an aggressive fight. That was a quick fight. Both Aspinall had a chance to go down, and Sergei did. Who's going to hit first? Who's going to hit harder? It was Aspinall that night. But I think it still just shows the jump of skill from literally Gon, Jones, Aspinall. I'm not even going to include Stipe in this at the moment just because, you know what I mean. But, Jones might not even, be fully in this.
We don't even know. We don't know.
Gon, well, Jones beat Gon. So, Jones, Gon, and Aspinall. Those three, and then rest of heavyweight, that's like the 3-headed dog at the top of heavyweight, and everyone else is trying. But nobody is succeeding.
That's the big three.
Nobody is succeeding. And that's why I think, let's say John Jones Stipe happens, they both retire. they better have Aspinall gone, already booked, date, arena for that. You know what I mean? That's the fight we want.
Gane's fighting with soon. Absolutely anything you said. But the fact that Gane gets a third title shot because he's been ducking Aspinall and these top guys.
He's got to win this next fight. He's got to win
this next fight. And then, maybe give the Aspinall fight if that lines up.
That would just be a good matchup.
Or I would like to see... Well, unfortunately, like you said, man, it's just those top dogs. So Aspinall versus Gane makes sense, dude. And yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see. But heavyweight, Tai Tuivasa... Sorry.
It's getting a little interesting. I want to see another
shoey, dude. We got your shirt right there, dude.
We'll get a little bit of Dan Hooker in here. He's back in the top 5 since 2020, I believe.
Yeah, so back in the top 5, guys. He was in the top 5, and then he fought Dustin
Chandler.
Poirier. Damn near lost like 30 years of his life. And then he fought Chandler, correct. But that was actually before that. So he did fight Chandler to remove himself from the top 5. Yep. But, dog, that was a good fight.
That was his title shot
came in on his debut. Knocked out. That was a clean left hook.
We would have never got Oliveira versus Chandler then. So thank God Dan Hooker lost, because that was a great fight.
Greatest fight of all time, possibly. Whoever reffed that fight is the greatest ref of all time. I think it was Herb. So yeah, Dan Hooker back. Guys, people are like, he's like making like, oh, I'm not gonna mess up my title shot this time. Yada yada. My brother, you're not making it to the title, dude. You just went to a fucking war with the fucking Gamrot, my guy. Like, you are not getting no title shot.
And did Dana White, like, he was in some controversy, or was that a Dana White Contender Series fight?
So yeah, guys, Dan Hooker, elite fighter, definitely one of the top lightweights in the game, but I don't see him as a future champion. Do you?
Dan Hooker's a champion. No, I think the closest I see him is getting to a title eliminator bout.
Okay.
And losing.
Okay.
Against, let's say, like,
similar like a Josh Emmett style type fight.
Kinda, yeah, actually.
All right, so
I don't think he's gonna like get punished.
Kai France.
But yeah, like Ilya versus Josh.
Exactly. So Kai France knocks out.
He's just not that guy. Dan Hooker's not that guy, but he's a legend in his own right.
Yes. So shout out Dan Hooker.
So good shit, Dan Hooker on the win. Congrats.
Kai France knocks out Steve Urquhart, guys. Now I honestly think immediately going into this fight, I knew we're overrating Steve Urquhart. Just
because of his title shot. I honestly was. Urseg.
What is his name? Urseg.
Steve Urseg was overrated.
And then Kai France was underrated because he got TKO'd by Brandon Moreno. He lost.
The former champ.
I think he was like 2-3 in his last 5. He wasn't looking like a top level fighter. People just didn't see him being able to beat the guy that just went toe to toe with the champion of the world. But he did exactly just that, knocking him out round 1 via fucking crazy via left hook. I believe it was actually like a right and then a left, and he threw this exact same combination a bunch of times. I'm not sure how the corner or Steve Urquhart himself didn't pick up on it.
Yeah.
It was a very countable strike that, like, you don't even technically have to be like a counter-striking style to see it coming, right? If you see it coming at you, step back right down the pipe. But unfortunately, Steve Urquhart he was trying to get out of the way. He saw it coming, but he didn't back up far enough. And the dude threw the combo like 4 times in a row. So, really good knockout by Kai France. That's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No problem. I had no problem with him throwing the same combination until it landed because Steve Urquhart wasn't doing anything about it.
He should probably get a title shot soon. Maybe win another one and he's back. I don't know.
I mean, he just beat the number 1 contender who people thought was the champ. People thought
he was the number 7 contender. But yeah, he did.
He was number 7 after the title shot?
Yeah, because that's where he started.
And he just stayed there?
Or no, he started at 10, then got to 7 after losing that fight. Yeah, like what we were saying, like, so he almost beat the champ, so that kind of overrated him going into this fight.
And then Kai France getting a stoppage himself.
But the last fight that we didn't talk about was Carlos Prates, right? That's, he got co-signed by Izzy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He knocks out Li Jingliang in his return.
He did do that.
I don't know if I caught this fight. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe we just didn't have it hooked up to the TV yet. I don't know what I
was doing either.
I don't even think I watched a replay. Like what?
I
never watched this knockout. Have you?
Nope.
Should I search it up or should I just stay unknown?
Just whatever. Unknown. I don't even ever want to see it now.
I was gonna click this.
Heard what you said.
What you said. Know that you only live, yeah. What you said. All right, this is our first reaction to Li Jingliang being knocked out. Oh, damn!
That was a badass knockout. I'm glad I saw it.
damn, that was just some basic.
See, Ali Jang never been knocked out before. Gets absolutely slept.
Boom.
He's been finished, but never been knocked out like that. Like, God,
in the first fight back after back surgery, that is unfortunate. So, honestly, it was a really good undercard for 305. Yeah. It was a great undercard.
Then the main event of the evening, guys, obviously, we were here rocking with Israel Adesanya.
All the way.
And, we still are, all right? Because, honestly,
how can we not?
I'm a very interesting fan in the terms of, like, obviously I liked Izzy. Then there was the controversy with, like, him and the dog. But, like, overall, I liked Izzy as a fighter. Maybe he has some weird shit going on. But don't we all? I'm not me personally, but, a lot of celebrities and people with money, man, they got some weird shit going on, all right? Izzy maybe he plays with dog. I don't know, man. As a fighter, I was like, I want him to win. I love him as a style, the champion. I just want him to win, man. We were rocking with him, and I think we saw a very good fight. I thought it was a very close fight going into whatever the round was, the fourth.
Yeah, but like Izzy was up on
like everybody. Yeah, like everybody's
round.
been saying, Darkus has a weird fight style. It's like the goal of round one for Darkus is lose round one, make round two look close, gas out in round three, win in round four. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of fight style is that guy's?
Fail.
Yeah, it doesn't fail, right? So like, he's a very weird style that's very effective. Like, but it almost like to me. I don't want to say Izzy's time at the top is done because that was a winnable fight, and if he didn't get subbed there, who knows what happens in those last two rounds? Because Izzy was piecing him up on the feet in that second.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. He got subbed. That's the story.
Exactly. So he gets subbed. So is his time at the top done? No. But all I'm saying is
it on thin ice? Yes, because he loses the next fight. It's like shit. Losing a title fight when you've already been the champ.
He didn't get dominated in this fight like he did with Strickland, right? After the Strickland fight, I was so curious. I was like, dude,
I think he still wants his Strickland.
Is he just done at the top? Is he done at the top? Is he going to get dominated now? But no, he put on a great fight with Duplessis.
Yeah.
But that being said, guys, I think the Izzy that knocked out Rob in the first fight they had, I think the Izzy that knocked out Paulo Costa absolutely decimates the Duplessis that we saw against him.
But that Izzy is gone.
Exactly. So,
and the last
is his
glimpse
time at
of
the top
that
done?
Was Alex Pereira.
Well, yeah, thank you. The Pereira fight. Well, actually, Duplessis is a smarter fighter though because he has more so random blitzes as to where like people like Rob Pereira, he was able to study them and notice that like when Pereira had him against the cage, that was like a perfect setup for Izzy. But Duplessis is so awkward. You'll be like kicking him in the leg, and all of a sudden he throws this weird little running 1, 2, 3. It's like ha ha ha, and like I think old Izzy knocks him out, but maybe that's just me not being like respectful of Duplessis' random blitzes, and maybe Izzy can still knock, or maybe it is the same Izzy, and Duplessis is just weird and awkward like that. We don't know. It's almost like we need to see another fight of Izzy before we say, is he really done at the top? Because, we've been down Darkus forever now. Ever since the Rob fight, I was like, no way he gets through Rob. He TKOs Rob. No way he gets through Brunson. He gets through Brunson. No way he gets through Darren Till. He gets through Darren Till. And we were all like, what?
By the
Strickland. He's barely getting through all these fights, and I'm doubting him every single time. I'm doubting him every single time.
Hair past Strickland, yeah.
And he's getting it, and it's just
his face looks like he lost against Strickland, but he pulls it out.
So guys, I mean,
beats Israel Adesanya.
It's honestly,
you might be from Africa, but
it's making me become a fan. But that brings like when we were talking to it a couple weeks ago about dominant champions. After watching this fight, I don't see Duplessis as a dominant champion, and by dominant champion, I mean 5+ title defenses. No, I'm making a prediction. I'm making a prediction.
Who do you think he could lose to in middleweight though?
Strickland. Israel Adesanya.
I feel like Duplessis is gonna finish Strickland their next fight.
I hope he does.
And I think Strickland versus Izzy is gonna happen again. Izzy's gonna knock out Strickland,
and then he knocks out Duplessis, and then
he's back.
Goes back and fights Pereira. Well, I know it sucks about fighting. It's so easy to say that, but really that would be like 3 years from now if that all took place. But no. He does lose to Strickland, I think, in a rematch. And maybe you have Duplessis, but I think that fight, regardless, is going to be close. I don't know how you could see a finish from Duplessis after a war that he had with Strickland. You didn't even take him down.
Duplessis is different now.
You think he's different?
With the belt around his shoulder, he's different.
Okay, I like that. Everyone has the belt. We saw it with Leon. As soon as Leon got the belt, he was him for the next 2 fights.
So, but at the same time, he kind of wasn't.
Well, you cannot tell me.
Yeah, but he had 2 decisions after that. No, like Duplessis, you get this.
I wish you could bet this on DraftKings, man. I'm gonna make a fucking betting site one day and make this Duplessis over under 5.5 total defense, dude. It's under, and that's gonna be the line of the fucking year.
It's gonna be like
he's not defending that belt 5 times. He is not. All his fights are close, dude. And he gets pieced up when he's against a striker.
That's actually some good betting options. Like that'd be fun.
Well, you can bet like champion by the end of the year. I should have made the Peter Yan one. Peter Yan just got to win 2 more, bro. He just has.
I think Figgy might beat up on Yan.
Peter Yan has to beat Figgy, and then Sean O'Malley has to have another fight lined up like January or something. Oh, wait, no, not January. It'd have to be late December. Sean O'Malley has to win, and then it sets up the Jan O'Malley, and then Peter Yan has to finish O'Malley. And then but either way, I didn't make the bet. So.
Yeah, that was a good main event. Shout out Duplessis. Izzy will still root for you every fight, dog.
Yeah, we'll be back. No big deal.
And then next week we'll do a little prediction. Gilbert Burns, name we haven't heard in a while. He's back against Sean Brady.
He just keeps getting finished.
I don't know if we've heard of Sean Brady. Has Sean Brady fought?
I think he had like hand surgery or something.
Last time, I don't think this is the last time he fought, but last time I remember Sean Brady is when he lost to your now welterweight champ, Bilal Muhammad.
Right, that loss aged fucking great. I love when that happens for fighters, like especially in Sean Brady, because I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like Sean Brady.
And the loss to Bilal was like people were easily going to be like, "Wow, Sean Brady sucks," because no one really likes Bilal.
People thought Bilal sucked.
But this is huge.
Now Sean Brady's like, "Yeah, I lost to the
champ." Or like the
Robert
Whittaker's loss against Duplessis aged so good for him.
Do you want to know what's cool about like fighters that, work their way up in a way that they're fighting everyone like Bilal did? Like 10 wins, you're fighting a lot of people to get there. Sean Brady could have a rematch title fight one day.
Yeah.
These people can have rematch title fights just one day come along. Like kind of like Usman and Leon came along as a rematch. That just ended up happening.
Leon,
like that's so cool when that happens. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is the second time these guys have fought, but it was 7 years ago. It's like shit. These guys are both good now.
Back.
You know what I mean? So I like when that happens. But this fight, Sean Brady and Gilbert Burns have not fought, obviously, and this is gonna be weird. I gotta go check like the last time both of these people fought because we haven't seen Gilbert Burns on 299. Yeah. He lost.
He definitely got like an automatic 4-month suspension due to the TKO, but
Sean Brady. Let's see when the last time Sean Brady's fought while this ends. Sean Brady he submitted Kelvin Gastelum in 2023, but that was his only fight since he lost to Bilal because his fight with Luque got canceled. So yeah, Sean Brady's back. I honestly, I really want to. I don't know who to go with here, bro. Like, cause Gilbert Burns, like if he's still Gilbert Burns, I think he's got this. But Sean Brady's had almost a year off. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with Sean Brady.
I think I am.
His only loss is to the now champion of the world, and he's a younger, hungrier guy coming off a loss. I'm not gonna go and discredit Gilbert Burns and say he's not hungry, but I don't think Gilbert's having the top, but I think he's now a gatekeeper.
Yep.
I think I'm not gonna lie, man. This happens a lot, right? You put on that war with Hamza out, people are like, "Whoa, he's the man," but he never really was that man. Like he lost to Usman, he's lost before. He was never a fight. So, he's a great fighter, dog. I love him. I have him beating a lot of the other top welterweights, but I think Sean Brady's the younger, hungrier guy right now, and I think he comes back and has a good win. Maybe he finishes, or he just dominates Gilbert for a couple of rounds, maybe. But I love Gilbert, man. Honestly, for me, this is a win-win, man. Honestly, I want to see like a close fight decision either way. I don't want to see that as a fan, but since I like fighters, I like these two guys, I would like to see that. Because I want to see Gilbert back in the win column, but I don't want to see Sean Brady go on a 2 skid especially not after fighting for already a while. Who do you want to win, honestly?
I like when Sean Brady first kind of came on the scene, when we first kind of started up Fight Geeks, I was like, this dude's kind of dope, undefeated. You know what I mean? Like, I'll rock with him. He's from America.
Right
around the corner in Philly. So I was like, yeah, Sean Brady, he's cool. And like, yeah, I'm rooting for him, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was always rooting against Gilbert Burns in most situations in the beginning. Like, I've never really had a connection as a fan wise with Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
That I've had with Sean Brady. Like, yeah, bro, Sean Brady undefeated. Like, let's go.
Yeah, Sean Brady.
Like, I'm cheering for him. I was cheering for him against Bilal, to say that. Yeah. So I'm cheering for him again against Gilbert Burns, and this would be a great fight for him to win, to keep his name up there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with Sean. But I think last thing we should just touch on is just this Cal Barallo dude.
Fighting Nerds
beating up on Jared Cannonier.
Fun fact: the Fighting Nerds, all those guys, I can't tell you all the names of them, but there's 5 of them that fight in the same camp, and they kind of do go by.
So we have a new number 5 in middleweight.
All those fucking guys.
Cal Barallo,
the whole
Nerds.
Fighting Nerds, man.
Their record. Carlos Prates one?
Yep.
I think they're all undefeated.
Yep. No, right. There's one of them. One
of them has a loss.
No, one of them has 3 losses, bro. One of them's 3-3, and the other guys are like 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, 3-0, 4-0, and then there's that guy 3-3. Like, come on, dog! You're ruining the Fighting Nerds because they're almost undefeated. They're like 25-3.
No, I feel like if you lose, you got to get kicked out the Nerds, bro.
No, but they're so fire. They're fighting. They put on the big ass glasses, guys. So these guys are sick, guys. This dude's went to war with Cannonier. Arguably could have been 2-2 going into the 5th round.
Arguably should have gotten that TKO.
Yeah, I agree.
And when Cannonier
I saw a little
looked
clip
like
after
dead.
the fight that was like a thread. Cannonier, weirdest shit in the game, and like the dude gets knocked out. That was
Weirdest
actually a
shit in
really
the
good
game.
jab, and it was round 5. They were exhausted. He went southpaw and landed a bomb right. And there were other. I think his leg was affecting him from a lot of the calf kicks in the fight, so I think that's why he switched stance. But every time Cannonier goes southpaw, he gets caught by a right. It's happened like 4 times. How coaches still let him go southpaw in camp or whatever is crazy. He should not be going southpaw. That he's been knocked out 3 times from it. But besides the point, Cannonier, very weird chin, dog of a fighter. But this guy,
dude, and part of me is like, is Jared Cannonier real? Like I've heard him, I've heard him talk in interviews, right? But I can't picture what his voice sounds like right now, as I can picture it with other fighters.
Where's Dana?
Like, can you picture Jared Cannonier's voice in your head right now? 'Cause I can't.
Kind of. Only because
I don't know what he sounds like.
Only because the one where he was like, "Where's Dana? I want that title shot." And then he got fucking.
I don't think I've saw that video. So
it was the after his fight before the title shot, whatever that was.
like, I swear he didn't say a word on the whole Izzy build-up fight.
I know, right?
And then like when he was in the crowd cam, like Molly McCann's like this over him, and he's just like, like, who is Jared Cannonier? Do you want to come on?
Bro? He's a father, a husband. He's a fucking 40-year-old.
Want to come on the podcast and explain your life?
He's a 40-year-old man. He also didn't start training MMA until he was 27 years old. Became one of the top middleweights in the world in the hardest organization of mixed martial arts. So we can
he
say
fought in 3 weight divisions, right?
Yes, knockouts in 3 weight divisions. One of only 2 fighters that the other being notorious Conor McGregor. But besides the point, man, you got to understand, man. This guy started training at 26 years old. We're not even 26 yet.
We can start training and be the next Jared Cannoniers.
Well, exactly. Yeah, be the next gatekeeper division, get dominated in a title shot, but still be rich off fighting, and who cares? But dog
and be clouded.
So guys, yeah, I love Jared Cannonier. I love what's his name, Carlos Bano.
Cow. Guys, let us know how to pronounce this new the new number 5 middleweight. Is it Cow Baralo?
Yes, Matt. Matt, I'm sorry, but if they make Izzy this fight, Izzy knocks this guy out.
Izzy versus Cow Baralo. Is that what we're getting, guys? I think that's where we have to leave it off for the cliffhanger of the pod. Will we get this fight? We don't know. All I know is we're back on Saturday nights. Next Saturday, we're going to be filming our predictions for UFC Noche. Sean O'Malley versus Bron. I'm getting really hyped for this as it's coming up.
People who say UFC 306, people who say UFC Noche. Got the mustache.
Got the blunt.
The blunt.
But guys, yeah, so that's going to be our next episode as the predictions for that. So I'm really excited. We're
guys,
also,
watch next week. I got these.
We're going to the Sphere for UFC.
Guys, I got playing cards that have UFC fighters on the back. We're going to open these next week. Nope.
October 18th. There's an MMA fight.
We're there no matter what.
There's a boxing and MMA in 1 month.
No matter
Should we just be banging out? No, in 1 month.
Oh.
October 4th, October 18th.
Yes, let's go.
Should we just start doing shit?
Let's go.
For the content.
Let's go.
And the vibes.
Let's go.
Guys, we'll see you in episode 80. Next episode, like, yo.
What?
That's kind of hype. We're about to be on episode number 80. So yeah. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Whoa, and I'm